Long time no see. How's it going? You okay? Yeah, you're all right? Cool. Anyway, so over the course of 2022, around about there, maybe before, maybe a bit later, I don't know, round about then, I did a couple of reviews about water filter jugs. I did a zero water filter and did this Waterdrop jug. Like this Waterdrop jug, I did like the zero water filter. But I found with the zero water filter, even though it filtered out probably a little bit more than the Waterdrop, I found the taste to be a bit meh, okay? The Waterdrop tastes a little bit more like bottled water, you know, like mineral water you buy from a shop. So I preferred the taste to this, and so did my family. So we decided to stick with the Waterdrop filter. Anyway, so that was that. But surprisingly, those videos got thousands of views. And I was like, Didn't get it. I was like, what? What the deuce? So anyway, recently, Waterdrop emailed me and said, would I like to test out and review their new Countertop water dispenser type filter thing? And I was like, yeah, fine. And I clicked the link and I had Tom and Jerry eyes. I was like, what? They want me to test that? I was like, you're having a laugh, ain't you? Have a look at this, will you? Hang on. What's going on? I think that's a little bit bigger than the water jug, don't you? Have a look at that. Anyway, let's get this thing out of the box, because it looks like it could be the dog's. Let's get it unpackaged and have a little look inside, have a rummage around. Okay, so what have we got? It's quite a size of a unit. You've got to be careful. You're going to put it on a countertop that if you've got cupboards on the walls, it can fit under them. So just be aware of that. But what's a really good thing about it is it's plug and play. There's no plumbing in. You haven't got to get a plumber in to plumb it all in for you, or nothing like no nonsense like that at all. It's got a tank at the back. It's got a tank here and also a waste tank there, okay? Comes with a drip tray and is magnetic, okay, watch now, ploip. So you can see it's magnetized on there, so that's quite good, so it doesn't start flipping around. It's actually magnetized for a drip tray. Cool. It's got a little cleaning brush here. Giant's toothbrush. Obviously a cleaning brush, you can get in there and give it a good clean now and again, you know. Right, you got that. It comes with the filters. So you've got a reverse of if I could say that. A reverse osmosis membrane filter. Okay, there we go. It's the model WD-A1RO. Now that has a 12-month life apparently. 12 months, not bad. Then it has a carbon filter. Okay, and that is the pre-sediment and carbon block filter model WD-A1CF. And that has a 6-month lifespan. Now, they're not cheap. This is £35 for one filter, so you'd need, that's £70 a year. And this is double the price, which is £70. So in a year, you're going to spend £140 in filters. So it's something to bear in mind. I mean, in the scheme of things, look, you're changing a filter every few months with that. You're going to spend a bit more probably than a jug filter. but not a lot more. Okay, so bear that in mind. Now, what else we got here? Oh, we got the instructions. Instructions. So we got the instruction booklet there. Now, I've had a little look at it. I would thoroughly recommend you to read this before you use it. There's quite a few things you have to do to get it all set up and make sure you use it properly so you don't have any issues, okay? So the first thing you have to do, which I'll go through later in the video, is you have to flush it through for 30 minutes. And it says you have to put a 3-litre jug under here. Now, that's a 1-litre jug, okay? And obviously, at the front here, you've got a little cup sensor. So it senses when a cup, it won't dispense unless it's got a cup against it. So you need something that's going to fit in there, 3 litres. I suppose you could do it over your sink, but you need something to sense that there's the cup there. You need something there, don't you? Now, luckily, obviously I've got that water jug. Just take all that off. I think that holds 4 litres. So that would work fine. So you need something that holds 3 litres so you can flush it through for 30 minutes. I suppose that's to give it a good clean, flush the filters through, etc. Now, looking at the literature, I think this also has a UV. So not only are you getting all the stuff, all the junk taken out of it, it is actually helping to lower bacteria and viruses in it with the UV filter. So that is pretty good. Anyway, let's take these lids off. Let's get this camera in a different position. What is it called? Sorry? Position. That's what I said. Position. So you can see better into the top of the unit. Let's have a little look. Okay, so I've got the camera up as far as it'll go so you can see the top of it. So at the back here, you've got your tank, your water tank here. So this is your main water tank, which holds 4 litres. I think this is the waste water tank. It mentions a waste water tank, which holds 1.8 litres. And there's also an inner water tank, I believe, which I'm assuming in here, which holds 1.75 litres. It's got to be there. That's got to be the inner one. I don't think you can take that off. I don't know. Okay, and that's where your filters sit in there. Now, one thing to be aware of, it does give you a warning on the lid. Where is it? Here. It says, right, please press the water tank downwards to ensure it is installed in place. This product includes a compressor cooling system. To protect the compressor, the cooling function will be disabled within 2 hours after it is first connected to power. Note. So it's very important that when you've got a handle here, you lift it up, okay, and then you see it slides onto that there with that. It's very important that when it goes down, you push it on like that so you can feel it seal then. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's because you need to make sure that these there, okay, push into these here. So make sure of that. Let's get it on properly, make sure it slides over the slot, push it on. That seals it tight. And you can see it's got flow sensors here as well, one there and one there. Okay, let's get in the filters in here. Let's have a little look. Get them unwrapped, chuck them in. Oof! Okay, let's try the carbon filter first. Now, I don't know if you can see that there, the little dot there. That has to line up with a little dot there. Can you see it there? Hang on. Let me just make sure the camera can pick that up. Little dot there, that's the lock. You line them up. So you pop it in. And you can see what'll happen is if it's not, you'll feel it kind of drop in there, okay? Then you twist it, and as you twist it then, there you go. It turns down and locks in, and they're in line there then, okay? So that's the carbon filter done. Let's get the reverse osmosis membrane filter, like you know. Okay, let's pop that in. Right, do the same steps. Right, let's have a look. There we go. Oh, and we're in. Whoa. See, and this is why it's very wise to read the instructions, because we've got tips here from this geezer here, right? And what he's saying is tips. And it says, because this product uses a compressor refrigerator, oh, they could have, what the deuce? That's quite funny. They've put refrigeration there. Because this product uses a compressor refrigeration mechanism, why couldn't they put that there? What the? Come on. It is normal for the cold water function to be unavailable for the first 2 hours after initial power on. And also, do not, in capitals, right, add water to the wastewater tank while filling the water tank with water. So, like I said, show you here. Don't put water in there, in that one. Fill that one. Okay. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to give it a good flush. So before you do anything, you've got to flush the system out. Now, it says here that it is necessary to perform a flushing process on the new dispenser before normal use. Flushing takes around 30 minutes and uses 3 to 4 tanks of water, which is in 3.2 gallons, or that would be, what is that in litres? 12 litres. Holy moly. Okay, so you're probably going to have to keep topping it up as it goes through the process. Any road. So what I've done, I'm going to need the instructions for this. I'm not going to pretend that I know how to do it. Right? I could do it once and then do it again and go, look how good I am. No, I want to do it real world. So, you know, I'm going to go through what you guys have to go through if you get this. Right, so I printed off a bigger version of the instructions.
Because I found this a little bit teeny, a little bit tiny.
Okay, it's hard to read. And so I printed off these off on the website, but these are the US version. So on here, everything's in gallons and Fahrenheit, whereas on here, everything's in litres and Celsius. So it's good to have the two to get a reference, isn't it? Right, all right, okay. Right, so it says you have to take off the lid, take off the tank, fill it up at the tap. I'm just, rather than doing that and back and forth, I'm just going to use this jug, and then I'm going to use that empty jug to put in front of here to catch the water. All right, anyway, let's top it up. Okay, so once you plug it in, it makes some weird noises and you've got to wait for it to go quiet. It goes bzz, that's not exactly what it sounds, but I think that's a good facsimile, okay? Anyway, so once you're done then, you press this here, this little drop, okay? It says English or whatever language, you can change the languages on it. And I said English, okay. Press it again, it comes to system flushing. Okay, so I'm going to pop this under there now and place container and press any key to start. Where's the any key? Okay, I'm going to just press that. That one, okay. Do not move container, flushing. Press any key to pause. So this is your indicator here. So when these go out, there we go, it's flushing. Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to have to come back and refill this for 30 minutes until it's all done. And then it will say up here when it's finished flushing. While it's doing its thing, let's go and have a look at the specs online. Okay, let's have a little look on the website. Now currently, they've got 199 quid off with code A1. So I'm not sure how long this is going on for. I think to the end of the month. So if you're thinking of buying one, now's the time. All right. Let's have a little look at it. So what we got? We got pure hot and cold water in one. Reverse osmosis hot cold water dispenser. So it dispenses cold water at 41 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is 5 degrees Celsius. Right. I'm not too familiar with Fahrenheit, but I have done some conversions before before I started videoing this, so I didn't have to keep looking up all the time. 3-second instant heating. Woo. RO filtration, OLED touchscreen, plug and play design, which I've mentioned earlier. You haven't got to plug it in. I'm not going to do the video. 6-stage deep filtration. So you've got UV sterilizer, non-woven fabric, RO membrane, scale inhibitor, pre-carbon block, PP cotton. I don't even know what PP cotton is. It says this data comes from third-party laboratories. Lowest TDS, PFAs, bacteria, that's the UV sterilizer, salt, chlorine, lead, sediment, odour, heavy metals, pesticide residues, arsenic, chromium. Yeah, no one likes arsenic in your water. That sucks a bit. Okay, anything else? Advanced or double tank UV sterilization, 99.9% sterilization rate. Ooh. So look at that little. Is that a bug there? What are these things? They must be bacteria. Ooh, you nasty little buggers. Anyway, what we got? So it's got 1 second instant cooling. You're having a laugh, all right? And it says 1 second instant cooling means you get filtered cold water in just 1 second when water is in the cold water tank. Remember that. And 3 seconds instant heating. Okay? So 41 degrees Fahrenheit, which I mentioned is 5 degrees Celsius, up to 203 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 95 degrees Celsius. That's pretty much hot enough for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, which we'll be trying in a bit once it's done its flushing out. Right, it's got a child lock on it for peace of mind. Boink. There. What's that? Oh, nothing. Oh, you got a lifespan. Oh, it's too quick. Water volume, TDS. Oh, it's got a TDS display on it. That's pretty cool. Tells you what the TDS is, water temperature. But I think what's handy as well is having that filter lifespan light there. There. It's too quick. Multiple options, more options. Night mode. So I'm assuming this is night mode where it goes to night mode in the night. So it ensures energy conservation and noise reduction. Off home mode achieves emptying of stagnant water. Altitude mode. Now I'm not sure why you would want to take this up a mountain. But if someone has it on their private jet, for instance, ooh, la-di-da, right? It would adjust the altitude, the boiling point, because obviously the higher up you go, it changes the boiling point of water. So it has an altitude adjustment mode, which that is pretty cool. Not that I'll ever be going on my private jet, my private jet's in the garage at the moment, having its brakes done, whatever. Living room installation free. You can have it in the dining room. You can have it in the office. In the office would be good, mind. That'd be pretty cool. 2-to-1 low drain ratio. So it says dispensing 2 cups of clean water results in 1 cup of wastewater, leading to improved water saving and benefits for the planet. Personally, I prefer no wastewater, but it is what it is. That's how these machines work. So it is good there's only 1 cup of wastewater. That's probably all the crap, okay, in there. But I think it is worth mentioning. I think you do have to empty out that waste tank every so often, because obviously if you have, for every 2 cups you have 1 cup of waste water, that waste is going to float to the top. I'm sure they'll have a warning message that'll come up saying empty your wastewater or something. Again, we'll have a look at that in a bit. Anything else? Ambient light. 3 second. I've showed you how to do that. Pure bliss. Oh, body cover plate, heat dissipation, power cord, water tank cover plate, water tank, display screen, water outlet, drip tray, Ray in the box. And there you go. Okay, let's go and have a look how far we're away from the flushing. So the flushing is done. It's all set up and ready to go. Or is it? Cooling. Cooling unavailable until after 2 hours. Son of a, why are you order? God damn. So I've got to wait 2 hours now while it obviously does its thing before I can have any cooling or cold water. Anyway, let's come back in 2 hours. Right, it's all done, finally. Whew. Okay, it took a little bit less than 2 hours to get cold water. It was about an hour and 15 minutes. So in total, to set it all up takes around about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So it's a bit of a pain in the neck to get it all set up, but once it's done, it's done. And there we go, it's done. So let's have a little look at what we've got. So as you can see, it's got about a mil either side. Okay, and this comes on there. Now you've got, so for on here you can see, now I've kept my light off so you can see the screen a little bit better. So when you go in here and you press these buttons, these arrow buttons on the side, you've got flush, filter reset, night mode. Now I've got it on night mode. You can turn it on and off here. So press on and it says night mode on cooling and filtering unavailable. Right, so that's when night mode is on. And then you want to make sure you set your time in. So I've got it from 2300, that's 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, and that's fine. So you can adjust that if you want. And also you want to make sure, confirm that, all right? You want to make sure that in your settings, okay, you've got off home mode there, settings. So in settings, got your boiler temp setting, your time setting. Make sure your current time is set. So mine is bang on now. Well, actually, that's not right. So as you can see, I've got the wrong time here. It's now 12 midday and this is saying 12:59. So I need to adjust that. So I'll go here, I want it at 12 and go back. No, this way. 12:03, that's better. All right, confirm, yes. So if you haven't got the time set right, which I didn't, then the night mode's going to come on sooner or later than what you wanted to. Okay, and that's all done there. The child lock, when you put it on a higher temperature, the child lock, if I put it on 85 degrees, let's take it to 95 degrees. So when I press this, this will go from 5 degrees, 16, 45, 60, this is all in Celsius, and then 95. Now if I press that, it's telling me the child lock is on. And that's good, so if your kid comes up, tries to get boiling water out of it, they can't unless they press the child lock. So it is an added safety bonus. So, now thankfully, my French press, or cafetiere if you want to be posh, okay, fits in there nicely. Now, I want 1 cup out of it. Now there's a mug I'm using, so I want 250 ml approximately. So this one here, I can go change it to 250. You can get 350, 500, and max. I don't know what max is. Maybe a 750 ml, maybe it's a litre. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to set it to 250 ml. Boink. Right. And then I'm going to take off the child lock. Right, I've got it set to 95 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to go boink, 250 ml. Get a nice cup of coffee now. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that nice red light there coming up. Plenty of steam coming off it. Boom, done. And that should be enough for 1 cup, I hope. Okay, get my press in there now. Push that down. I can leave that there. Leave that there to stew for a bit, okay? Anyway, so now I want a nice cup of cold water, all right? So let's get it back on. And I want 5 degrees, okay? So I've just got hot water out of it. Will it now give me, it says 1 second. Let's have a look. Right, I only want, let's do 150 ml. Only 150 ml, don't want to waste all the water. Nice blue colour now, so you know which is which. Okay, it seems the measurements are pretty bang on. So let's try this. How mad is that? That is cold. Okay, I've just literally put out 95-degree water into there, and this is now cold. That's pretty good. And I'm happy to report that it tastes really nice, really refreshing, and it tastes like bottled water. Got my cup of coffee. Oh, that is the spot. Very nice. Now, we all know how important it is to stay hydrated. And I'm guilty. I'm terrible for not drinking enough water. So this is really convenient for me to be able to just come up, and what I didn't realise is when you put the cup in, it automatically comes on. Okay, there you go. I come up, pop my cup in there, press the button, bam, job done. Nice cup of filtered, fresh, cold water. Beautiful, okay. And also I can have a cup of coffee. So all in all, you're getting a very good machine. Now, I do think, you may think that's expensive, but I do think for what you're getting, the price is justified. I mean, the outlay of it is quite heavy at the beginning, but I do think it's worth it. I'm quite glad that I don't have to use my kettle anymore, because the kettle takes forever to boil, okay? And this is pretty much within 3 or 4 seconds. 3 seconds, bam, you got hot water. Anyway, so that's come to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. All links to this will be in the description box below. And I'll catch you in the next one.